Hi, my name is Elsa Thompson and I'm 18 years old. I'm currently attending Creighton University in Omaha, Nebraska, studying psychology on the pre-medical track. I was sponsored by Federated Rural Electric Association to attend the Electric Cooperative Youth Tour in 2024. When I think back on Youth Tour, I think of so many different parts. Whether that was actually getting to travel to Washington, D.C., meeting students from all over the country and my state, of course learning about electric cooperatives, and getting to see leadership and government in a much more real way. One of my favorite memories was getting to take the Segway tour on the National Mall, because not only was I surrounded by so much incredible history, but also the people that I would have never met without the youth tour. It was one of those moments where you really realize how lucky you are to be there. One of the most meaningful parts of the youth tour for me was getting to talk to my senators about wind energy.
Coming from a rural electric cooperative community, energy is not just an abstract topic. It affects real families, farms, businesses, and communities. Being able to discuss wind energy helped me understand how important it is for rural voices to be included in conversations about the future. It also showed me that community involvement can mean speaking up, asking questions, and learning how decisions are made.
That is just one of the reasons why the cooperative model has stood out to me. Electric cooperatives were built because people saw a need in rural communities and worked together to meet it. That idea of neighbor helping neighbor really stuck with me. It showed me that leadership doesn't have to be about having the loudest voice or the biggest title. Sometimes leadership is dependable, paying attention, and been willing to serve others when they need it. For example of how I applied this into my college experience is by joining the freshman leadership program. Within the FLP, I got the opportunity to serve some of the underprivileged communities of the Omaha area.
I know I'm still early in my college and career journey, and I have not had every internship opportunity yet. However, Youth Tour helped me understand that leadership starts before someone has a big title or a perfect resume. It starts with paying attention, being willing to learn, and choosing to serve where you are. I believe I should receive the Glenn English Youth Tour Alumni Scholarship because I have tried to carry those lessons into my life for every opportunity I've gotten post-Youth Tour. I care deeply about service, community, and using my education to help others. Since Youth Tour, I have tried to carry those lessons into the opportunities I do have, serving others, learning to communicate better, and choosing a career path where I can support people and communities in a meaningful way.
The end goal in my educational journey is to become a psychiatrist. I chose psychology because I want to understand people in a more deep way and help them through some of the hardest parts of their lives. Mental health care is important everywhere, but I think it's especially important in rural communities where access to care can often be limited and people may not always have the support or resources that they need nearby.
My education can benefit rural electric cooperative communities because the health of the community is not only about the infrastructure, electricity, or services, even though those things are incredibly important. A strong community also depends on the well-being of the people in it. As a future psychiatrist, I hope to help people feel seen, supported, and understood. I want to be someone who can make care feel less intimidating and more accessible. Youth Tour helped me connect that goal to a bigger picture. When people are supported, communities become stronger. I have tried to live out those values through service, leadership, and the way I approach my responsibilities. As a Division I rower at Creighton, I have learned what it means to commit to something bigger than myself. Rowing requires discipline, teamwork, and communication, and trust because every person in the boat affects everyone else. It has taught me that leadership is not always loud. Sometimes it can be showing up early, staying consistent, encouraging teammates, and doing your job well even when it's hard. That connects closely to what Youth Tour taught me about community. Strong groups are built when each person chooses to contribute. Another cooperative principle that connects to my life is democratic member control. To me, that principle is about voice and participation. Talking with senators during Youth Tour helped me to understand people in rural communities deserve to have a voice in decisions that affect them, whether those decisions are about energy, healthcare, education, or the future of their towns. It reminded me that communities work best when people are not just watching from the outside, but actually choosing to be involved.
Overall, Youth Tour gave me more than just memories from my trip. It gave me a stronger understanding of community, leadership, and responsibility. It also taught me that community is built by the people that care enough to participate in it. And that is an idea that stayed with me through my college journey. I am grateful to Federated Rural Electric Association for giving me the opportunity to attend Youth Tour. And I would be honored to receive the Glenn English Youth Tour Alumni Scholarship as I continue to serve people through my education and my future career. Thank you for your consideration.